Good morning. This is the PLT overview for the week of November 7th through the 11th of the year 2022. Announcements for this week. Monday and Tuesday's PLT slides will take place on Monday. You may use the accumulated free time on Tuesday to complete professional responsibilities or take the opportunity to vote if you choose to do so. This was a suggestion in the PLT checklist form. Thank you for suggesting this. The advisory lesson for November 16th will be a very small lesson about gratitude. The rest of the time is for you to do something meaningful and fun with your advisory. We suggest that you talk with them this week about that and you can come up with some plans together. Next, there will be a faculty meeting today, Monday, November 7th at 3:30 p.m. via Zoom, and on Tuesday, November 8th at 7 a.m. in the MHS West Campus Little Theater. Also, this is Safety Week. On November 8th, we will have a secure campus drill at 9:15 a.m. On November 10th, we will have a lockdown drill at 9:45 a.m. Beginning Wednesday, November 9th, during advisory, students will not be allowed to come to the library unless they make a Smart Pass that is approved by their origin teacher. That means the teacher will have to approve the pass through Smart Pass. This will now show the teacher's PIN on the student app. However, the student doesn't actually need a teacher PIN. You just have to approve it. These are the same actions that you take when sending a future pass during flex time. This is applicable for printing, copies, book checkout or return, or any other reason a student needs to come to the library. And we're doing this just to ensure that students aren't making passes to the library and then wandering around the school. Next, hearing screening. November 8th, at 10 a.m. in Rezac Auditorium. See Robin Mall's email for more information. There's a Stuco blood drive on November 9th all day in the West Gym. Here's a Smart Pass update from Jenny Carr's email. Smart Pass released an update for their app this week. If you're experiencing glitches, then you might need to update. To install the update for the Smart Pass and other apps, go to Mosel Manager app and self-service. Click on Reinstall Update underneath Smart Pass in each app you want to update. If your apps were downloaded through the App Store instead of Manager, go to the App Store, click on your icon in the upper right corner, scroll down slightly in the pop-up box, and then you will see the apps needing updated. Next, we have some district information from Michelle Jones' almost weekly email. First, there's a link to the Board of Education minutes if you'd like to look at that. ESSER 3 retention pay was on there. It says, the ESSER 3 budget plan for Manhattan-Ogden, USC 383, was approved by the State of Kansas School Board of Education in July of 2022. The plan includes a retention pay plan for both the 2022 to 23 school year and the 2023 to 24 school year. Classified employees. The retention pay plan will reward classified employees who continue their employment with the district. Each classified employee will earn $1 for each actual hour worked during the academic year. Retention pay will be distributed to employees in January and in June for the next 2 years. The dates for hours worked for the retention pay for the current year are as follows. Hours worked from August 8th through December 3rd will be paid in January 23 paycheck. Hours worked December 4th to May 26th will be paid in the June 23 paycheck. The same will happen in January of 24 and June of 24. Licensed managerial employees. The retention pay plan will reward licensed and managerial employees who continue their employment with the district. Each licensed or managerial employee will receive retention pay in the amount of $500 in the January paycheck and the June paycheck for the next 2 academic years. If a classified, licensed, or managerial employee resigns their position, they will become ineligible for the retention pay plan incentive. Employees who work the entire retention pay period and retire with full CAPERS eligibility will be eligible for the incentive pay for that period. Also, Kansas Teacher of Hall of Fame nomination form. The nominations are now being accepted for the 2023 Kansas Teacher of Hall of Fame. Nominees must have been a certified K-12 teacher for at least 25 years in the state of Kansas. The Kansas Teacher Hall of Fame is located in Dodge City, Kansas. Also, The 2022 election information And important dates. November 8th is the general election day. For more information, go to Kansas Secretary of State's office at that website. The Riley County voter information website is there, as well as the Pot County voter information. On to other topics. Our TIES team is wanting input for teachers regarding tech topics they want us to create for PD. Please fill out this form and share your ideas with them. And finally, for announcements, there will be a PD Day on November 21st. Please look for details in future PLTs. Also, it will be mentioned in today's faculty meeting. Tasks and trainings. Monday, we will be doing a collection of PD topics for November 21st PD Day and advisory prep. This week will be resilience. Also at East Campus, Jenny Carr will do an intro to book creator. Tuesday, you have time for professional duties or the opportunity to vote. And Friday, we will be doing an MTSS transfer learning problem solving lesson. This week in advisory, all grade levels are looking at resilience. There's the PLT checklist form if you would like to ask any questions or add a comment or tell us something good. And on to questions and answers. Our first question, do we need a medical card needs to be added to the bucket? So the answer is yes, there is a white card with a red plus symbol in your button. That is the medical card. You should have one in your bucket or binder. If you are missing any cards, please contact Larry Myers or Dave Holloway. Question 2. Are the buckets not needed for fire drills, just paper? Can the wording be adjusted? The answer, you need to take the bucket with you if there's a fire drill or any kind of emergency event. Number 3. Can the buckets get plastic liners in case they are ever needed? We will pass this suggestion along. Feel free to add a trash liner to your bucket if you would like. Number 4, we know the purpose of the safety bucket, but is a backpack option possible too? Yes, you can use a backpack, but you will still need to continue to take the bucket with you as well. Number 5, we would like more information about the evacuation to Rock Hill Church. What does that look like if we walk? What do we do with students who attempt to go to their cars or walk home? The answer, Mr. Dorse will be talking about the evacuation to Rock Hills Church during the faculty meeting. If we were evacuating, we will have the full support of our CPD. And finally, what does the final schedule look like for December and May? Also, this will be addressed in the faculty meeting today. Comments. We appreciate the work of the students who make the daily intercom announcements, but they have grown increasingly difficult to hear, muffled, or quiet. Number 2, we have had many weeks where flex time has been limited, and students are starting to have a difficult time catching up on homework or making up tests. We wondered if we could have an advisory period, the whole of advisory being dedicated time for students to be allowed to travel to catch up on schoolwork. And number 3, would love to see a PD Day with some veteran teachers on a panel for new teachers. Finally, our Tell Me Something Good section. There was a student the other day that held the door for adults, their classmates, and others just to be polite during a busy part of the day. We gave him a piece of candy and told him that we were proud of them for being so polite. And number 2, there's a student that keeps inspiring me to do better. This student completed all of their max outs on one leg. That's awesome. We all need to be inspired by each other. Thank you for all that you do. We hope that you have a wonderful week.